Zoomi's prayers, far from the madding crowd. Wash away the traces of yesterday, wearied limbs, worried souls. Take the long way home, the way of memory. Each is the flower that blooms alone. Though in the garden of a crowd, each to die in separate moments, as we have lived in separate moments, each flower with opinions, discolored to the other. What is called solitude is, in fact, a large crowd of solitudes, unappreciative of the other. The freedom of everyone is assured by the freedom to which everyone else lays claim. There is a vast expanse upon the earth. We are pressed, not to our elbows, not to air, but to the pressing sense our life is infringed. Thorns are sprung up, entangling, scratching, vexing. Their end is to be burned, but not now. They are choked off from saying you, hearing you, and we are choked in their dust. They are men born of dust who quickly return to it, never flying higher. Multitudes stand and watch, or rather busy themselves into ignorance and solitude. It is said we will become a city, we villagers, we isolators. It is not far from the madding crowd, perhaps each 80 years, until we have come from the demoniac tomb, clothed from nakedness, sitting quietly and in our right mind. For the way of the Lord seemed chains and fetters to restrain us from unlawful deceits, but these we broke asunder. 3,000 swine tumbled down the mountainside and into the sea. These all demoniacs, fierce in crowds. The people of God sit quietly together upon a hillside, listening to your voice. Awed by your authority, we thought we should never leave the safety of this crowd, whispering to one another the love in your words, struck with astonishment at who you are. We scattered down the hillside to our solitude, thinking never again to find such communion, and never have but for glimmers in the church. Yet it will be our life for endless times. Behold, the whole city came out to meet him, as we have done, as we shall again do. There are legions of devils within the crowds of earth, jostling, shouting, making no sense. Yet when we come away, we are alone again, waiting for the day of consummation, which is the communion we have dreamed to be, far from the madding crowd. Jumbled spirits become one, as we are drawn into the life of your Spirit. On ascending from the heights of Judea, we find ourselves in a cemetery. The silence of the night is now broken by fierce yells and howlings, discovered to proceed from a naked maniac, fighting with wild dogs for a bone. This is the life of earth from which we must escape, and all yearn to do so, but know not how. The crowd could not know that they were cheering, but somehow they did, somehow understanding that the circle between death worship and death wish had been completed, and trotted off together in loopy, convulsive, great paroxysms. They wear together all of a cluster of black t-shirts, looking like the wilted petals on a single dead flower. This is not the garden we had wished to be. As men talk in a dream, so modern all, through populous streets and temples lewd, muttered like tempest in the distance brewed. Men, women, rich and poor, companioned or alone, throw their moving shadows on the wall. Not truly seen, not truly known, and never shall we each be known until we stand before you, loved, clothed, sitting quietly and in our right mind. Amen.